To all the good people all around the world listening to, absorbing, consuming the best podcast in the world today. And we are just getting started. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 3 of Unlocking Your Potential Excellence. Yeah, you heard me. You heard me. Once again, my name is Brian.
My name is Tevin.
And this podcast is all about bringing awareness to various topics to help educate, to help guide anyone and everyone to finding the potential to be excellent in this world. Yeah, not in just a town, not in just their family, but the whole freaking...
Okay, Nelly, how are you doing today?
Oh, hi guys. My name is Nelly. I go by NellySpeaks on Instagram and YouTube, so make sure you subscribe to my channel. I do similar videos like Mr. Brian and Mr. Tevin, so hop over to my channel if you want great content.
Amazing. What? So Nelly, you got any hobbies?
So on the side, I do edits, which is like which is on my editing page. It's called Edits by NellySpeaks. So I just edit. I also like to do YouTube here and there. It's not really my hobby, and I like to be creative 50% of my time, and then the other 50% is spent like Netflixing and sleeping.
Sleep is important.
Yeah.
Self-care.
I don't get enough of it, but you know, the little that I get counts.
Cherish it. Speaking of something we should cherish, how are you doing?
I'm all right. I'm good, but I'm like not all the way there. I'm tired of school, but it is what it is. I gotta get my education.
So, like, hypothetically speaking, let's say we played this game called Roses and Thorns, right? You would say a good thing about your day and a bad thing about your day. So, like, what would that good and bad thing be?
Okay, so I've now established my schedule, and I've dropped a class that I really didn't even want to do, that I actually didn't even need.
Do what you gotta do. Do what you gotta do.
So I'm ecstatic about that. Now my day is just set good and well. I don't have to go to a class that I'm not excited for.
Yeah, I feel you. So now we're talking about class, you know, your self-care, your hobbies. Let's get a bit deeper into it. So this is something we call the 5 aspects of life, aka FEMPS. Financial, emotional, mental, physical, and spiritual. So on a energy power level type basis, 1 means you're not really doing it at all. 2 means you're sometimes doing it. 3 means you're doing it on a daily basis. So you can use decimals if you want. So financially, where do you feel like you are in life?
Oh my gosh, I'm at a 1.
So like you're spending more than you're making?
No. It's just that I'm broke. I'm broke, but I'm broke to the point where I'm okay with it. Like, I'm not broke where I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna do something.
Is that acceptance?
No. Like, it's like, there's like a broke where it's just like, well, damn, like, I had hit rock bottom.
Yeah, you have to like admire how broke you are.
Yeah, and then there's like a broke where it's like, you accept it and you learn from not being that broke ever again.
So you use it to fuel you.
It's like you have to hit rock bottom to know what it feels like to be in the bottom, to know how to get to the top. That's just how I feel about it.
Yup.
So yeah, my fans.
That's deep.
So what are you saying? So your level, like energy, like 1, 2, or 3?
You said 1.
I'm a 1.
A
negative even.
Oh wow! I just thought that she's saying a lot of motivation. So I thought like goes for like.
Oh no, my account is just looking very sad. Like if I were to get robbed today, the only thing I care about is my health card. But you can go take my bank card, try to tap it, it's gonna hit decline. What are you talking about?
What are those ones when someone robs you and then the robber gives you money? You feel bad?
That's how I feel. If that were to happen, thank you God. But I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. I'm not struggling. I'm just okay.
How do you transition from that?
You don't. You continue.
Emotional friendships, relationships. Do you feel like the people you're with right now are, good people? Are you with some like toxic relationships? Some people you gotta cut off soon time in life. You feel me?
So right now, I would say like in that aspect, I'm a 3, which is like I guess is the highest, right?
Yeah, it's the highest.
So throughout the summer and throughout the year of grade 12, I was learning to just learn how to identify what toxic friendships are and toxic and good friendships. So I've learned to differentiate the people that are good for me and the people that are bad for me. And being in a new environment, being in a new school, I'm introduced and I'm allowed to kind of like restart my friendship making thing.
Yeah.
So now I have friends that I feel like are there for me, even though we haven't known each other for a long period of time. We've known each other since September, but even then, like, we weren't even friends till the end of September because you know it was hard to make friends, even though I talk a whole bunch. So like, I feel like the friends that I have now, they're better than the friends I've ever had. No offense to you guys, but like girlfriends, I have better girlfriends now that I've had in like the past 4 years from high school.
That's good. For your first month and a half of post-secondary, that's really good. That's really good. Mentally, if someone, random person, close friend of yours, comes to you on the street and just starts bashing you, you're ugly, your hair is trash, you're dumb,
your eyebrows are looking bad,
you have no eyebrows.
You guys look at my eyebrows.
Are you gonna let our negativity consume you whole? Or are you gonna brush it off?
So I'm the type of person to be. I'm secure with myself. Okay. Yeah. So I do a self-evaluation almost every single day.
Yep.
So like I know what I feel is like my flaw. So like whatever you think is a flaw to me, it's really not, because I know myself. I know what I think is wrong. I know what I think is right. So you can come to me and tell me my eyebrows are trash, but at the end of the day, I'm gonna tell you just take a good look in the mirror. Okay.
Yep.
And be like, you think my eyebrows are trash? Have you looked at yours?
Wow. I like my eyebrows.
Shoot. I'm guessing that's a 3 then?
Yeah, I would say it's a 2. Like, I'm confident, but then I'm not gonna lie and be like, it doesn't get to me one time, but it's just like in that moment, it's like, damn, really? Like, you really had to say this about me? Like, you really could have just went on with your day. Like, what do my eyebrows have to do with you? Like, are they on your face though? Like, I don't get it. Like, obviously it's gonna affect me, but like, I won't let it affect me for a long period of time.
You won't let it consume you, yeah. I like that. Yeah. So, last but not least, spiritually.
Did you say physical?
Oh, stop
physically. Yeah, I was gonna.
I'm gonna go to the gym soon, Tevin. Stop.
Okay, so that's the one.
It's not about physically.
No, physically.
So like, so like the habits you're doing with eating and I guess self-care in the whole health basis. Do you feel like what you're doing now can help you live a long life?
Okay, so I'll break it into 2 parts. Okay, so I take care of my skin. What I think as well. I wash my face every day. I do my witch hazel. I moisturize my face.
Is that a song?
No, witch hazel is a toner. Basically, it gets rid of dark spots. So for that, I'm good. But
you're not something.
But witch hazel, but physically,
I'm tired.
It's like a 1.5 because.
Hey, no fail.
Bro, going to school, it's like you could have your own lunch, but I'm the type of person to forget that I have a lunch of my own and then buy lunch. And it happens so often that, like I can, like sometimes I eat more McDonald's now than I ever did when I was in high school or ever. Because like it's so convenient now, right?
It is.
It's like everything is like affordable. You have the $5 meals. You be thinking like you're winning, like. Yeah, like $5 for a burger, fries, and a drink. Oh my gosh, like I just won.
Yeah.
I finessed the system, but you could have finessed the system with food from home.
Yeah.
And then like
save money, live better.
Yeah, like it's becoming a bad habit for me to eat out, which I'm trying to stop, but I haven't been successful.
AKA the whole freshman 15.
Yeah, so that's that.
I give it time. Now, last but not least, spiritually. So. You know, you're doing a lot of things in life with career, with school. So could you look into the future, into that unknown, and believe, no matter what anyone else says, no matter what the odds are, statistics, could you believe that I will be successful in this?
Oh, yeah.
In the unknown?
For sure.
That's a 3?
Yeah, that's a 3. It was funny because in the beginning of 2019, I had a conversation with 2 of my friends, and I told them about what I wanted to do in terms of like creating my own brand, clothing line and everything. And like I always take my time with stuff. Like I never push myself further than I need to at that time because I know there's a time and place for everything. So then I never not push myself to the point where I didn't want to do it. I had the motivation, I had everything planned out, but I'm the type of person who wants to have like, okay, since I have this for the first time I release this, what am I gonna do next after that? What am I gonna do next after that? And after that and after that. So like I always wanted just to know what I was gonna do, like for each thing. Like, let's say I always want to be 20 steps ahead, because I've seen so many people strive to do like one thing. They do that one thing, they release it, and that's it. It's like, what's next? And then when they do have that what's next, it comes after a long period of time, and then like the fame or like the attention that they once had is gone.
Yep.
So I wanted to make sure that I have this plan, and I have it planned out thoroughly, so that I'm not stuck, or I'm not like, what's it called? Like, what's writer's block? But like, yeah.
Hitting a plateau, yeah.
I didn't want to do that.
It's stagnant.
Exactly. And then be forced to reevaluate what I did. I just wanted to be secure in everything and starting slowly but surely. Like, my first step was creating my editing page, because what I'm trying to do is gonna go with that. It's gonna go into that, which is why I wanted to do this first, little by little, create attention for myself, build a platform for myself, and then do what I want to do.
I like that. Well, with all that being said, ladies and gentlemen, Nelly is our guest tonight, and our topic.
That was just the intro.
Oh, that was just the intro. The people need to know who they're listening to. You feel me?
Okay.
So yeah, that was just a topic. That was just the intro. Today's episode. I'm so tired.
Yes.
Today's episode is all about the struggles of stereotypical African parents.
Well,
African?
not even African.
That's what you guys said.
Immigrant. No.
Immigrant. I said immigrant parents. Ooh, that was close.
No one said African.
Personally, a quick disclaimer: I can't really relate to this, thankfully and gratefully. So I'll be applying.
Wait, you're a Canadian citizen? That's crazy.
Are you a second generation Canadian?
We got some fans. Oh, we got our biggest. Oh, sorry for the intro. We got some fans saying hi. Cool.
Why did you guys? Why did you guys actually turn around?
But yeah, so the quick disclaimer: I can't really relate to this. So I'll be applying my opposite type knowledge about
opposite type.
Like what?
Counter.
Counter. Come on.
What do you mean? Counter is the word.
Counter knowledge? No,
it's not counter knowledge. That's not really a term.
What's the term?
Opposing information, opposing knowledge.
This is why he's in engineering. But on to the first question. Tevin, take it away.
Oh my god.
Anyway, let me see. So do you guys know? Well, you obviously, and you. I hope you know this. Do you know why your parents came to Canada, or why you had to make that journey?
Well, I came here. Well, my dad didn't come here as a refugee, so he came after my aunt. So it was like my aunt first, then my dad, and then me and my mom, we came together in like following my dad, just to like reunite the family.
Okay. Do you understand how your mom came here?
So she was born and raised in Ghana, went to school in Ghana too, but obviously, just like many people, they see an opportunity in Canada for like a bigger and brighter future. So she came here, and then yeah, she just worked her way up the ladder, and now she's living her best life.
That man's trash.
What? Oh, no, your answer was good. Your answer was perfectly
fine.
fine.
It's good. Because like my mom already told me the whole story, so like I already have it in my head. So
I was part of the story.
I'm deciding. Should I say mine too?
Yes,
of course.
Okay.
You're part of the podcast, no?
I wasn't. Yeah, but I feel like I should just ask questions and not answer.
No.
It's always good to share your own experience.
Exactly.
They gotta relate with the interviewer.
They gotta know who Tevin Wellington is too, you know?
Anyway, I wasn't born in Canada. I was born in Jamaica, so I'm also an immigrant. My dad actually did not tell me we were gonna stay here. I was under the impression I didn't finish. I was under the impression that we're coming for like Thanksgiving holiday to like visit some family.
This guy got lied to.
And then we ended up staying. And then the next thing I knew, I was enrolled in an elementary school out of nowhere.
Two Tuesdays staying for one weekend. The next second, he's in a whole elementary school.
Yeah.
Wait, what? Oh, I was joking.
No, yeah, that's what happened.
That's funny.
And then, such is life. I just started going to school. I never visited back. So. Oh, that's so. I became a Canadian citizen like through actually doing the written test because I was too old to actually. That. I was too old for it to be like automatic, just because my dad became a citizen, so I had to do the test myself, ace that, and I can now say I'm a Canadian citizen, you know, dual citizenship and things.
We love Canada.
Nah, fam.
I'm not a citizen.
Let me see. What else could I ask? Well, do you guys like appreciate the struggle that your family should have gone through, or like, do you guys feel like life would have been better or different? I think like go into that difference. If you guys would have stayed in your respective countries, if you were born and stayed in the motherland and stuff.
If I was born in the
born in the motherland and stayed in the motherland.
I honestly believe everything happens for a reason. I think it was, God's plan for me to be born here instead of there. The journey that my mom went through, like to get to where she is in life, I feel like resonated in me with like work ethic wise, being grateful, being humble, and I feel like it's best that I was born here and best that she was born there, because she was able to teach me and go through her own journey, which helped me like go through my own journey, get me lessons, so I can give that to my own kids and their kids and blah blah blah, that whole cycle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. What about you, Nelly?
I appreciate that I wasn't born here, because I just like being from my country, whether it's in a trash can or something. I appreciate having to say that I'm not Canadian to Canadian. It sounds so weird. Like I like the fact that I'm not from here, so I can say I'm from somewhere else.
Oh, like that you.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah. Like I like having the fact that, oh my gosh, like, you're born from not here. You're born from this place. Whatever. I like saying that. But then I feel like if I had lived in Zim or grew up in Zim, I would. Yeah, I was born in Zimbabwe, so if I can see myself like at this age, my life would have gone downhill. Okay, number one, I would have been skipping school. I wouldn't have graduated high school. Wow. I wouldn't have the privilege of going to high school. So you have to pay for schooling, whether it's private, public, whatever. Yeah. So then I also wouldn't have the privilege. I think I'd be like sick. I'd have some type of STD, because that's what happens in my country. There's a lot of women with STDs, specifically HIV. So I think that I would have that. So I do appreciate the fact that my parents.
No, it's like Africa as a continent has one of the highest HIV and sexual transmitted disease rates. Yeah. But
so I do appreciate the fact that I wasn't born. I got the privilege to actually live in my country and then come here, because obviously I have a better life here. I have the privilege of having lights, okay? Because when I was living there, it sounds so weird. Like
the little things, man.
The little things matter. Like when I first came here, it was weird to me to have like warm running water come out of the tap. Because in Zim, it's either you have no water or you have cold water. So coming here to see having the best of both worlds, having running water and hot water, it was amazing. It was a privilege. It was awesome. I could take a shower without having to boil water on the stove or having to bathe with cold water. It was fun. I had the privilege of not having to sit in the dark with the candle because the lights went off. I had the privilege of, having just the stuff that they don't have back there. But then I'm not gonna say that I don't miss living there, because I was surrounded by people who understood my language and who understood what I like. People like you.
You have a family, you have a culture.
The culture who don't question what I do, who don't question what I say, because it's normal. Yeah. So I do miss living there. But if I were to go there, it's only going to be for vacation. I would not go back there. I like being here.
Yeah, same stuff.
I have the potential to be greater. I can be something.
Potential to be excellent?
Anyway.
Potential to be excellent.
Brian, please hop. Ooh, what was that? You've never done that before. Brian, please hop on the question.
So like with everything that you guys have been through and growing up, so like what age did you come to Canada?
I was 6.
6? What about you?
You're gonna ask another question? Yeah. I was gonna ask you to hop on the question and answer.
I answered it first.
Oh my neck. Anyway, remember the question, because I didn't like respond to it. That's why.
Oh, me? It was, would you guys prefer to live here? No, would you guys prefer to have everything the same, like mom in Ghana and me here, or would you want for me to like live in Ghana and?
Yeah, would you prefer? That was the question.
Yeah. I answered it.
You answered? Okay, good. Yeah. Okay, so with me, if I were to like stay in Jamaica or like grow up there, it probably would not have been the best outcome, because I did not live in the best area of Jamaica. Jamaica itself is already a third world country. I lived in like the third world part of the third world country. So like
he lived in the ghetto.
Yeah.
When the ghetto has a ghetto, that's when
Yeah.
you're in the ghetto.
That's where I lived.
That's
And
breaking the fourth wall.
and I pretty much would have been like a gangster, or probably would have died, or probably would have had a child.
Baby daddy.
Probably because there's not much.
Gangster.
There's not much like ways to like elevate through the ranks of a certain career as there are here. I would have been like a carpenter, or I would have had to join like the police force or the army to get like a proper education.
Wow.
Or probably would have to join like the Air Force or something. So
just something with like
yeah, I would have to
Risking
join.
your life.
I would have to join something to get like a proper education I'm getting now. And as she said, it's not free. A lot of the commodities that I take for advantage now, I didn't grow up with. Yeah, I already said I came up here when I was 8. So we had it was weird because my grandma actually built our house like down the road, and then it's not really a road, it's a gravel path, but down the road down the road there was like a complex of like my cousins, and within that complex, just like it's not really a complex, so like 7 zinc houses facing each other.
A mini village.
And then a mini village, and then there'd be like a creek or a river in front. Mans would shower in that creek or river sometimes.
Oh my gosh, I missed those showers.
Yeah,
I missed those showers.
Less showers still. And then what else? You just like have to entertain yourself because the electricity is unreliable. Oof. There'd be days with like blackouts. That's for the longest times. And then you know those ones where your cousin or your uncle like steals cable from like that one family, that has cable. It was the funniest thing. You just see this next wire, like with some black tape reaching off, and then it just reaches into your house. So I had cable sometimes.
It wasn't mine.
Yeah, it definitely wasn't mine.
But
it wasn't mine either.
So
I had like a whole garden. So I always had food because my grandma planted a garden, and it grew by the time I was a child. What else?
Fresh food.
Yeah, I had fresh food. There's a whole like within the complex I was referring to. There's a whole like porta potties. Like there's not really like indoor bathrooms in that complex. There'd be a porta potty, and there was like a pig farm like behind the complex.
Very nostalgic.
It was just like it was a lot.
It's like when you look at it, when you look back at it, it's like it sounds like it's horrible.
Yeah, but it
was amazing.
It wasn't bad. Yeah,
it was good. Like you don't know you're going through the struggle until you're out of the
exactly.
struggle. Like you don't know.
It's about perspective.
Yeah.
I wasn't aware how poor I was until I came here and actually acquired funds.
So like, what do you feel like your mindset would have been like with everything, like your philosophy of life, if you did not?
It would be a lot more like I have to beat down on other people to get ahead. You know, like the crabs in the bucket type of thing. They have to pull each other down to get ahead. It'd be a lot more like that.
A lot more like
as opposed
ruthless.
to a lot more ruthless. Where I have to I'm gonna have to steal, do stuff illegal to actually like provide.
I see.
As opposed to like actually being able to follow this, be in a system that actually kind of works.
So like your intention is still pure. But the way you're executing on that intention is not
it would be illegal for sure.
Illegal. Okay.
For sure.
Okay, what about you?
I would say, just going based on what I've seen when I go back, is that I wouldn't value myself as a young woman.
Oh, I see.
Like, I would have to sleep with men, make sure that I sleep with older men, to be exact, with money in order to get money. Wow. I would worship men instead of worshiping myself. Really? Like, my self-confidence or, like, my self-worth would just not even be there, because like that's what a lot of girls do nowadays, because like in third world countries there's not many careers for women, so like it's like you're either forced to be a housewife that gets abused, or you're either forced to be the side chick that gets money but is still getting abused. Okay, so like here I have the opportunity to do so much. I could be an engineer, I could be a carpenter, I could be a construction worker. I could be anything that I wanted to be, which is not what I could be if I were to be still back home.
Interesting.
That was your question?
Yeah.
Do you have another one?
No.
Okay. So we kind of touched upon the journey. So now we're gonna get to like touch upon hope. Like, what type of hope did you have coming here? Or were you aware of like, the opportunity before you came here?
No,
what did you learn? Did you learn?
it's funny because when I was coming here, I knew I was coming here because I had to take multiple trips to South Africa for my passport and the papers and everything. I knew I was coming here. My mom told me and my dad told me, but I never registered that I was coming here. Like I knew I was coming here, but like to be finally here was different. Because when I was on the airport on the airplane, I never seen white people. Okay. And I only see white people on the TV. So when I see my first white person, I was so astonished. And then when I came here and I seen a white person and they weren't speaking my language, I was even more astonished. I'm like like how you stare at something, you just be like how you stare at like something foreign, you're like
yeah, exotic.
What is that? Like I was like, oh, that's a white person and he's not speaking Shona. What? That's weird. What is he speaking? What language is he speaking? And then snow, even worse.
Snow
I came here in December.
Snow got me still. Snow got me. I was sad in the movies.
I went all out with snow. I had the snow pants, the jacket,
the
boots, the hat, the gloves.
A scarf?
I had the scarf. Bro, I had the scarf, I had everything.
Bro, snow
Did I really need it? No.
But
did I want it? Yes.
Snow was it for sure.
Snow was like, I'm here, I'm in America, you can talk to me, bye, I'm here. But then another thing my mom lied to me about is, it has nothing to do with like the whole coming to Canada thing, but my mom knew how much I was afraid of like police, and then I was even more afraid of like Canadian police because I thought they were different. So I used to suck on my thumb. So she told me, she's like, you know what, if you don't stop sucking on your thumb, when we arrive to Canada, they're gonna arrest you. So from the whole long journey from South Africa to England to Canada, I was not sucking my thumb. I was so scared. I was so scared. 6 years old, I was always sucking my thumb. Like one of my thumbs is just naturally smaller. I don't know if you can see it, but it's just naturally smaller. But thank God my mom taught me that because my teeth would have been trash. They would have been horrible.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
you're that scared of the police that your mom.
Yes, my mom had like his set in my mind like the police were bad people. Like they weren't there to serve and protect. They were to arrest and beat.
I mean, but it worked though. So.
It worked. Shoot, I was never doing that again.
That's true. What about you?
If shit, I forgot the question.
It's like. Ooh, I forgot it too.
Google. Just Google struggles of having immigrant parents.
No, but I wanted him to answer the same question I asked you.
You asked me about. Wait, give me a second.
Oh, the actual journey. I think here was it.
You talked about the journey, then you went. Oh, hope.
Oh, hope. Yes, there you go. Hope of like arriving. Did you know about your mom's hope of arriving before she actually like got here? Or, like...
she okay. So like she was always optimistic about for a bright future, but obviously like most people, she didn't know exactly what she was in store. What was coming her way. I'm not saying that she thought things were gonna be handed to her on a silver platter. She knew she did have to work for it because she was starting all over again, but she realized that. From like the get-go, because of her strong mindset, she had to get herself in that, okay, if I want to get to where I want to be in life, I have to work, not only work, but understand what's happening, not only understand, but be able to like comprehend that information to, I guess, express it to other people, whether she's selling something, whether she's, like selling herself in like a job interview or anything like that. So she realized from the get-go when she came here that she had to work and that she had to climb the ranks, and she knew that it's gonna be a long journey to get there.
Yeah. Was she like, did she have any children at the time?
Oh, so my two older sisters, me and my 3 older sisters. So when she came to Canada, my 2 older sisters were born in Ghana. So she came here with them, and then. So
they know the struggle. You don't know the struggle.
Nah, I don't know the struggle. No. My older sister and I, we don't know the struggle as much as them. So she came into Ghana, and then with them. She was pregnant, I believe, when she was in U.F.T. When she was going to U.F.T., she was riding
with you.
With me.
Wait, what?
How dare you, Brian?
I'm sorry.
She was going through school, fam.
Maybe Brian wants to come on in 2001. You feel me?
That's what we see. Couldn't wait like another like couple months until she like finished.
I mean, I was even an early boomer too. I was supposed to be born 2 weeks later in March, but Mans came out in February. You feel me? Mans wants to.
You're so stubborn.
I was like, nah, I'm tired of this. I want to get out and see the world. The world needs to see baby Brian. I'm sorry. But yeah, like she was not just struggling with like living on her own for a bit and trying to support for her family and work hard and climb up the ranks, but she went to school while pregnant with me,
Damn.
doing exams while I'm pregnant. And I don't know obviously much about being pregnant, but I know that what well, I just want to have a disclaimer, but I don't know obviously much about being pregnant, but the thing is, I know that she went through some sort of mental and emotional stress with being pregnant. So, because she had to do, focus on her exams while making sure, baby Brian inside was healthy and strong and, doing his push-ups and stuff. But
Bye.
I just got here. I can't say bye yet. But yeah, I feel like she realized from the get-go that she had to work.
Okay.
Work
Okay.
hard, that's pretty much it.
Anyway, so you spoke about the struggle. So like, can you go into more depth of the struggle that you guys both face coming here? Like, being in a new, you kind of touched upon it, seeing white people, seeing snow for the first time. What type of, those are kind of like positives, but like what type of negative effects or like negative struggles that being an immigrant like oppose on you?
I have so much to say about this. So, being in a country where it's like, now Zimbabwe is like very diverse. Like we have a bunch of Indians, Asians, white people, whatever, right? That wasn't there before, or maybe I just didn't notice it. But what I did notice is it was black people. So coming to Canada, I never knew that there was this thing called racism. So then,
interesting.
I never knew about racism.
Really interesting.
She brings up a valid point.
I didn't know about racism. Like racism to me was just like another word.
Yeah.
I didn't know what it meant.
There you go. I knew that the word existed.
Yeah, I didn't know what it meant.
What about from like TV shows and?
No, because
Nope.
I remember I
Nope,
spoke Shona. I only understood Shona, so English was not there for me. Yes, there were English shows, but did I understand what they were saying? No.
Fair.
They'll probably. My first sentence in Canada was.
Her first words.
It was so stupid. I said, "How many brothers and sisters do you have?" Which makes like.
Interesting. What an interesting first.
Yeah,
sentence.
it was so stupid, but it was great. I remember it among many other experiences. I remember experiencing racism for the first time, and I had to really question like when you experience racism for the first time, you really have to like look at yourself when you're black. You really have to look at yourself and be like, is my skin like really like what's causing your hatred towards me? Like, what did I personally ever do to you for you to hate me? Because that's how I felt. You don't ever like when you experience racism first time, speaking from experience, you don't ever think like, damn, like this has to do with other people. You just feel like it's just towards you because that's what it is in the scenario. So like I felt like a bit of sadness because I experienced it with someone, with my friend's relative. So like I never felt comfortable going back to their house again because if you're whoever feels this way about me, how do I know that the other people in your house don't feel that way about me? Because if I'm gonna be your friend, right, and if I'm gonna be there for a long time, I have to be comfortable with your parents because that's just the way I was raised. I was raised for my friends' parents to know me and for my mom to know my friends and their parents, etc., etc. So if I cannot be comfortable around your family, I'll never be comfortable around you ever again, because who's to say you don't hold the same thoughts as they do? Because whether we all like it or not, we all hold something in common with our family. And if it's racism, then it's racism. If it's homophobia, what is it called? Then that's what it is. And I just never thought that racism ever existed, and I never understand why it existed, especially now. You know what I mean? Yeah. And it happened at such a young age, like where you shouldn't really have to go through something like this. Like being like 11, 9, it's just like you're supposed to be like watching SpongeBob, Fairly Odd Parents. You're supposed to be feeling like everyone
feel
likes
like a
you.
kid. Feel like a kid.
You're supposed to feel like nobody hates you for your skin. So coming here and then realizing that, whoa, racism is real. Racism is this. Racism is that. I was shook to the core. Because you're used to people just accepting you, right?
Is that normal? It's the norm.
It's the norm, and then when this happens, it's like a culture shock. It's like, whoa, wow.
Wait, what'd you say? Wait, you feel what to me? Like that's
it's like, really, that's how you feel about me? Why? I never did anything to you directly, so why? So when I experienced that for the first time, I remember it took such a toll on me because it was with me and Macy. It happened to both of us at the exact same time. It was a mutual friend. And like, I never held it against my friend because she can't control how her family feels about Black people.
Okay.
But I never felt comfortable around her ever again.
Yeah.
To the point where I could invite her into my house. And then she could invite me into her house. Like,
yeah.
It was bad.
Yeah.
So what would you, wait, Brian, do you want to add on that? Any difficulty that you've experienced having like an immigrant like family?
The one thing I would be most, I guess, not really difficulty but surprised about is that I give a lot of credit to my mom for going to school and, you know, working her way up and making a living and a career for herself. Because the one thing I've noticed is that what I'm more grateful for now to this day, that a lot of I guess other parents who were immigrant parents didn't go to school, didn't, you know, do this for their child, like not do this for a child, but didn't create a big career.
Yeah.
They're just doing what they can, just, you know, put food on the table, making sure there's enough money. But what I respect more about my mom is that she went to school and she got a career, she did this, she did that. So like she made like a name for herself, while other parents, immigrant parents, didn't do that. And not that it's a bad thing, but it just makes me more grateful for that. And I literally did not realize, especially when when people say, oh, ask your parents for help on homework or something like that. But when I realized that certain kids don't have parents who went to school to help them with homework, and I didn't know that. I thought, not saying that I didn't really know that, but I didn't know as many people, at least in my friend group, like my area at least, didn't have parents who didn't go to school, who didn't have those big careers, those, you know what I mean? So I feel like that's a blessing and something I'm more grateful for.
I want to add on to that. I remember, you know, schooling, like university doesn't seem that big, but then having an immigrant parent go to university, it makes me feel proud for my mom. I remember when she graduated, I was so happy for her because it was like my mom started going to school after she had my brother. So like around 2014 is when she started going to school. So then I've always watched the struggles firsthand of her trying to juggle me and then trying to juggle my brother who's one, and then trying to juggle all of us together because my mom was a single parent, is a single parent. So like she has to have the responsibilities of 2 in 1, the bills, the rent, the food, me going through emotionally everything, and her, me being having a temper tantrum, Cameron having this, Cameron having that, going through so much stuff, and then her being able to succeed and actually go to university and have a name for herself where she could be like, I'm qualified to do this because I took my time and I got my education. Having a parent with an education, like, I'm not trying to say I'm not trying to talk trash on someone else's parents, but like, it just creates, I feel like
it's more like that, just because you came from a different country, it made it seem like, just because you came from a different country, it's not possible for you to make a living. You just have to do this one job. It's harder. It is harder. But I guess it's more of just like being grateful and just proving to people that, yes, I came from a different country. Yes, I'm going to school at a different age. Yes, I have kids. Yes, I have that. Yes, I have that. But I'm still going to make it through. I'm still going to get the degree. I'm still going to get the career. I'm still going to have the living for myself and my kids.
And that was one of the biggest reasons why I never moved away from school, because I always wanted to have my mom's help right there and then. Because it's different from like texting your mom and sending her the whatever. But for her to like tell me
and be there with you
and tell me my mistakes, what I could do next time, firsthand, is what I really wanted from her. Because I could rely on my mom. She's been there, done that, graduated, did that, the third. So I always wanted her input, especially when it comes to like education. Because she has the African education, and then she also has the Canadian,
so it's just
which helps a lot.
It's more feathers in your hat.
Like what people don't understand is like when you're from a foreign country, although yes it's bad, the education there is still amazing compared to like Canadian education. Sometimes in some areas, not all. So like having her have both of those, it was like an advantage where I could be like, I could excel better in certain things than other kids.
That's actually an interesting point, because a lot of third world countries have way better education systems than North American countries. For example, I know Jamaica, when it comes to literacy, a lot of the Caribbean islands in general, when it comes to literacy and some algebraic math, we're actually better than both Canada and America.
That's a fact.
When it comes to grades. So there's some things, and the thing is with that, what is it? Third world countries, when you get like a university education in third world countries, it's not often recognized.
Yeah.
So you have like
third world status.
Yeah, so you have like doctors become like taxi drivers. You have like engineers become carpenters.
Yep.
So it's a tough thing to have that.
The recognition's not there.
Recognition and then come here and then be told that that doesn't matter because you didn't do it here.
It's a system which is corrupt, which sucks. But
that's a tough thing. So what did you guys say was the thing you guys miss most? Well, what do you think your mom missed most?
Yeah. I've only been to Ghana once and I was only 6 months old, so I don't remember a thing. I can't wait to go back and actually visit there and, sleep over and stuff.
What I miss most, and what I know my mom misses most is family. Because here, the family that I do have from my dad's side, they're all in Alberta. So they're not like right there or drive away or bus away. And then for my mom, she legit has nobody. So she, in her line of family and last name, she's like the first generation like immigrant to come to Canada. There's no one else. So all of her family, from her sisters, her mom, her dad, her grandparents, nieces and nephews. I have a bunch of nieces and nephews. My mom has a bunch of nieces and nephews that she doesn't get to see or doesn't get to see grow up because my aunts had the privilege of seeing me grow up because I was there. But then my mom doesn't have the same privilege of seeing her nieces and her nephews grow up because she's not there. So then like it basically like as much as I hate to say, my mom is a loner. She doesn't have the family that she can just be like, oh yeah, I'm going to my mom's house, I'm going to this person's house, I'm going to my sister's house. Everyone is a fly away, and like if it was possible to go fly to Zim all the time, I think she would, but like a ticket to Zim is like almost $2,000, and then going just to get there. That's without the stuff you're gonna buy to put in your suitcase. That's without buying stuff to bring back home, because you can't go home empty-handed, like especially when you're coming from this kind of country.
You gotta bring a souvenir.
Yeah, and then for me, it's like I'm not that lonely because I still have some family, but I miss the family that I actually that was my age. Because the family that I do have, it's like they're my aunts and my uncles and then my younger cousins.
You want that
I
same,
want
nice.
that same age range, because I'm close to a bunch of my cousins. Like the thing about my family, like even though my parents, they've separated, I was never disconnected from either side of my family. So I have a connection with both sides of the family. So I had good connections with my cousins on my mom's side and my dad's side. So not being able to like wake up and be like, oh, I'm gonna go to my cousin's house. I miss doing that, having to go see my grandma for the weekend. It sucks not seeing her because she's so far away and it's so expensive just to go see her. A WhatsApp call is not enough,
No, you need to see that.
With the horrible connection, it's really not enough.
Yo, there'd be times where I'll be like calling back in the day where I'll be calling and FaceTiming people from Ghana, like relatives and stuff, like uncles and stuff. And oh my gosh, it's not even just a video, it's whatever. I can just deal with audio. The audio quality is terrible. Like what? That's the funny part about
That's what I miss. Just the urgency and like the event. Like you don't realize like what it is, like what it is to have your family, like immediate family, be here with you. Like I have my mom and my dad and my aunts, but like sometimes I want to go visit my great grandmother, but I can't see her. And then it sucks even worse, like when you go back and they don't remember you, because I left when I was 6, and then when I went back 2 years ago, I legit had to pull up like a picture of me when I was younger to show my great grandmother that this is me. It sucked, but then it was like, what can I do? I can't come live here, and you can't come live with me because, no offense, but you're about to die. But like that's what sucked. And then I missed when I did go back. My grandfather also died within the week that I went to go visit him. And the last time I went back, my great grandfather, he also died, but I wasn't able to even to go to the funeral. So like I just miss being able just to go to my family if I want.
Being in their area. Yeah.
Being like, oh, you want to go to this person's house for the weekend? Yeah, sure, let's go. I can't do that.
Yeah. I guess for my mom, I don't know exactly what she misses about Ghana, but I know that there's a lot of positive, like when she's there, she's really happy. She's a lot stress-free, whether it's not the parties, but the energy and the vibe, that family feel there. So I guess like when she's in, like she's so used to being here, which is so diverse, which has like a bunch of people, different cultures, knowledge, walks of life, philosophies, blah, blah, blah. But when you go back home to the motherland, it's kind of like, it's a different vibe there. It's a different energy there. So I guess maybe being with, I guess, your people and being in that environment, I guess maybe that's what she misses the most.
Wait, hold on. The camera's just up. Just the lighting went just so blue.
Boom. Whoo, look at that lighting. See what the audio's at. Boom. All right. 44 minutes already.
Who was the most helpful with getting you guys like settled in? Well, you're getting your mom settled in. You're getting
everyone's settled in the whole place. To be honest, unlike Nelly, because my family, that like cousins and uncles and aunts, I do have people in Toronto that I can go to. So not really settling in, but I guess having a really eventful and fulfilled childhood. So I'm grateful to have cousins and that are not like a drive away, like 20 minutes away. So I guess not really settling in, but I've had family near me that helped me have a fulfilled childhood.
For me, it was not that hard in terms of like living, because my dad was in Canada before I was even born. So like he already had a house established, whatever. So when we came here, living wasn't an issue. Like we didn't have to go to a shelter or live with the family. We just went straight to my dad. But like I said, English was not my language. I didn't speak no English. So I remember not being able to communicate with people because no one understood the language. It's not like Zimbabwe is not like the other countries in Africa. Like it's not colonized by the French, so I couldn't have someone speak French. It's not colonized by the Spaniards, so no one could speak Spanish. It's not like Nigerians or Ghanaians who have broken English. They have some sort of English. It's a country that has its own language, right? It's so there was no one that could ever speak to me except for my parents. So going to school, being there for 7 hours and being forced to stay silent because I couldn't speak the language, it sucked. So every single time, but it was also good though because I could get away with shit without the teachers getting mad at me because I could use the excuse I don't speak English. But then it also sucked because I couldn't communicate to the teachers if I had a problem. Because some kids, they take advantage of kids who don't speak English because they bully and they know they can't tell anybody at the time because they don't speak English. So certain individuals were just horrible to me. Literally screamed in my face. Like they would just come up to me.
Elementary school?
Yes. At St. Dorothy's, a horrible school. Still love it though. That horrible school would just come up to me and scream in my face, like, how does that make any sense to you? And then I'm trying to be civilized, okay?
Calm, cool, collected.
So then what I would do is, I would yell at them in my language. And, my language sounds aggressive. So that was the one good thing about it. But, not being able to communicate was just awful.
I love, like what you said about the language sounding aggressive. The perspective on languages is actually quite funny to me because I would see people talk to whoever in their native tongue and they'll sound super mad or it was super whatever and then they'll hang up, finish the phone call. I'm like, yo, what's wrong? And they're like, just saying hi, hello, everything's good. And I'm like, okay.
Because the volume just goes up when you're speaking your own language. It's actually crazy.
So for you two, how long did it take you guys for you to be I guess not learn because maybe dialect is a bit different than a whole different language. So not really learning the English language, but I guess talking enough and being able to have conversations on a daily basis, right now. How long did it take you guys? Sure.
So for me, it took a year for me to learn how to speak, read, and write. Because what they do at Dorothy's is that they give you a independent teacher who's gonna give you writing lessons, reading lessons. Because once you can speak and once you can write, you can read. It's easier for you to learn how to read. So then they have this thing where every single week we'll go to the library. I checked out a new book so that I could learn how to write and read. But speaking, it was hard. But then once I got the hang of it, it became easy because both of my parents, I was lucky enough that they could both understand English and speak English, so I could speak with them with English.
Yeah,
I can learn from them with English. Good. But yeah, it wasn't hard for me. Not that, thinking back, it didn't take me that long. It took me less than a year to do all three.
Oh, that's really good.
But I had to obviously learn how to write better. Throughout the years. Yeah.
The thing with me, Jamaica being just a dialect instead of a whole different language, it's not that hard to learn. But I was an extremely different case because I wasn't in Jamaica, I didn't really speak patois. I spoke proper English for most of my childhood because I went to like.
Props to your family.
My family like struggled to get me into like this early school. Started going to school like when I was 2.
Like preschool?
It was preschool.
Oh,
yeah.
preschool.
Yeah. I started going to school like when I was 2 years old. So I only had 1 year like.
Preschool is one of those schools though.
I don't think it was preschool because it was before preschool. Preschool was isn't that preschool like?
Preschool is like before kindergarten, so it's like the schooling you go before you go to kindergarten.
You start kindergarten when you're 3-4 years old, so I guess preschool would be the. Damn, from 2 years old.
Well,
like,
it's 2 though. I thought that would be different, but anyway, I didn't know it was preschool.
That's young.
So
I went to preschool too. It was normal for in foreign countries.
Yeah, right.
For your kids to go to preschool.
How old were you?
I was around 2 or 1.
Yeah, okay.
I have the picture and everything with the uniform.
Yeah.
Everything.
So I knew how to speak like proper English from, and you really speak proper English from like an early age. So it wasn't really like that big of a deal. But what was interesting, when I came here, I started speaking patois. So when I came here, because I don't know, my parents, because my grandparents, my grandma, the other one's in jail. Yeah, you don't need to talk about him. My grandma was was the one that told me that because I didn't really like take it in. So I find it interesting. I think it's probably because I'm in a different environment, so I kind of like reverted back to before the schooling. So like my grandma had to like teach, like train me, like discipline me. It wasn't train because
you a dog.
Because she wouldn't let me speak patois like at home, and when I go outside, nobody really speaks it. So I kind of reverted back to straight up.
And it's the psychology. It's just like I guess you just adapted that new environment, and you realize that you might as well just not speak that way.
Yeah. So it wasn't really difficult, and the way I speak hasn't really changed. I've always been kind of like rudimentary in my speech. I don't know if you guys noticed, I don't really have intonation. Like my pitch doesn't really like.
Oh, I was about to tell you that. You have no emotion. You speak so monotone.
Yeah, I've always really spoken
like this. I'm so
So.
happy. Like I'm like ecstatic. It's how Tevin speaks.
But when he's giving a speech, that's when it can be a bit more useful. So, some parts of the speech, of course. Some parts.
I don't know what he's talking about. I agree with
Tevin only speaks in a different, like, you have to know Tevin and you have to listen
especially
to how
when you're
Tevin
texting
talks
him.
to know like how, like, when the tone changes, especially like when he's debating. It's like that's when the tone changes.
That's because he's excited about that. He loves that stuff.
But then be like Tevin, let's go to the park. Sure, I'm so excited. Like,
yeah.
The weather's so beautiful. Thank you, God.
I don't know. Maybe. I don't know.
Anyway, after you guys are done bullying me, what has been your family's biggest source of joy throughout this whole process?
You guys still with this thing? Still?
Oh. Yeah.
I refuse to grow up.
I'm a child till I die. Oh, true. Yeah, I was gonna make the joke.
What was the question?
What has been your family's biggest joy
throughout
this process?
Except me?
Who said you were the joy?
Yeah, like you're not the joy.
I'm not?
What?
But
she was going to university, like.
But
you think she was happy?
She was busy wobbling up and down the stairs at U.F.T.
She
wanted to be carrying you.
U.F.T.
is huge. It's not like freaking.
Like imagine writing an exam and you're pregnant and you're stressed because you're pregnant and you're going through all these like
trials and tribulations. Trials and tribulations.
Or wait, is it really trials and tribulations or trials and tribulations?
It's so funny. Someone high five me now. Yeah, you can add that in like.
What was your biggest joy? Stick to the question.
Like my mom's biggest joy?
Yes, your 2 sisters' biggest joy. You haven't talked about your 2 sisters. You probably don't know them.
No, I don't know about their story much. It's more my mom's. Because I had a whole talk about my mom, like her whole life story, so I know more. My mom's biggest joy. Ooh. I would say, I guess, the happiness about her being... Yeah, I would say... She talks about this a lot. I would say about she, like, looking at us and being able to be grateful that there's a roof over our heads, that we have a place to stay, we have a place to eat, we have a place to, do all that stuff. Because if like she decides to go in life in a different direction, if she decided to say, let's say yes when she should have said no, if she decided to hang with this person when she wasn't supposed to hang with that person, that whole like life decision on the journey thing, like I feel like she is really grateful for the fact that she's able to have like it's like a prideful feeling. Like I was able to work hard, and I can look at my 4 kids, and I'm like, yeah, I did that. They have a shelter. All my kids went through university. All my kids, like that prideful feeling. So I feel like maybe that's
awesome.
Most of my kids went through university. There's still one left.
Yeah, one.
Two.
You have 2 kids. Tevin?
No.
You be out here having.
Anyway, your sister's on.
Yeah, 2.
Third year?
2. Yeah, she's 3rd year.
Your sister's on her 3rd year. I think she only has 4 years, so she's almost finished.
Yeah, I don't
think
I
she's going to university.
What the fuck?
All the kids are in university, man. We all made it, man. We all made
4
it.
years and that's enough for me. I can't.
I'm most likely gonna do more though.
Yeah, you have to.
I'm gonna do more. I need to get my PhD.
In engineering.
I want the ring. I want the ring.
Policing is so simple. Just 1 degree and you call it a day.
The thing,
I could call it a day, but like math wanna.
It's like, how much money do you want to make?
Tevin, for policing, it doesn't even matter how many qualifications you need. It's like how many years you work in the field. I can stack up my money in 5 years. That's how simple policing is.
But 5 years of stacking up your money, I take 5 years, get a degree, and as soon as I finish those 5 years of education, I get my money.
And while those 5 years, you get co-op experience. Wait, what I miss? Wait, what I miss?
Tevin doesn't want to share his money.
He's in engineering too.
And so what?
Oh, now you want to say engineering before it's B.Tech, applied engineer. Now you want to claim it as engineering now, huh?
Yeah, I don't want the attention.
Foolishness.
Honestly, I didn't even know my mom's greatest proud.
Okay, there you go.
Okay, one of
okay,
not really like I don't know everything about my mom.
I don't know nothing.
I'm actually like guessing every question. Just like one of her biggest joys, or
I don't know that either.
Cameron wasn't a joy.
See, if you know how Cameron was made and how I was made, you would not want to know. Me and Cameron were both birthday presents. Okay, so
you can take that in so many ways. So
no, we weren't. My mom's biggest choice.
Interesting.
My mom and I are similar in the fact that you don't know like how we feel on the inside. Like I could say it, but do I actually mean it? 9 times out of 10 it's a no. My mom is so closed off. And
like it?
Yeah, like even worse, like hoodie covered.
Like is she like halfway in the frame or like she's
no,
out of the frame?
I was always in the frame.
She's like this. You see my nose is how much my mom opens up, and then the rest is like closed off. Like she's like.
We're not zooming to your nose, by the way.
My mom, like I feel like she has I think I'm just gonna go based on how I feel. That's not selfish. I think my mom's greatest joy was graduating, because like so many odds were like mom told me when I was applying for universities and I was going through my hardships with like acceptances and whatnot, she told me what she went through. She told me about how OSAP denied her tuition in the last year, her last year. Wow. And then she had to pay out of pocket. So in order to do that, she had to take money out of her credit card. She maxed her credit card, and then now she owes her credit card money back. At the last bit before she was about to graduate, like the month before, OSAP said, "Oh, we made a mistake. We actually could pay for your tuition." So, and then when she said, "Okay, so give me the money, pay for my tuition," they're like, "Oh no, but you already finished." So,
see, life.
So many hardships, and then within university, Cameron broke her computer, so her screen was black. Cameron punched the screen, so she had no computer that was working.
He was 1.
Okay.
He was like 2 or 3.
Oh, he was 2. What type of strength does your brother have at 2?
He was like, he legit.
I mean, then again,
kids are strong.
He
punched the screen, so she had no working computer. And then she has Cameron and me. Me and Cameron, I had to take care of Cameron, which was fine because I was like, what, 12, 13? It's like, whatever, right?
You could take care of
I could take care of Cameron, but it was just like, she didn't want me to feel like I was robbed of my childhood.
Oh, okay? I see, like, she didn't want to feel guilty, oh my gosh, so Nelly's not going out because Cameron, but little did she know, I don't go out, and I enjoy staying in the house. So homebody.
I'm a homebody, so it is what it is. So my mom's greatest I feel like her greatest accomplishment, or like her pride and joy, whatever, is her finishing school.
Yep.
Because
secure the academic bag. Secure the academic bag. Ooh. Secure what?
Anyway,
so
the next thing I wanted to say, like,
why aren't you answering questions? What do you think is your?
No one's asking me questions.
Okay, I'll ask you questions. Huh?
Wait. This is NellySpeaks.
So I have decided to become the interviewer.
That's a podcast. That's a thumbnail right there. That's a thumbnail right there. got it. We got it.
So I decided to become the interviewer because I feel like my good friend Tevin over here is not being able to voice himself.
I'm good with that though.
It's fine. All right, so Tevin, with you being a person who migrated to Canada, what do you think will be like, how would you tell someone coming to Canada what to expect?
Ooh, advice.
I don't want to go to advice yet. We're still in the hope section.
Why is there sections though? Hopes and Tevin.
How many questions do you have?
Don't watch that.
I have to pee.
Oh, that's tough. When it comes to like advice, I would probably say, you should expect the unexpected, but you should expect that people won't like understand you.
Yep.
As in like where you come from, and there's gonna be a stigma or a stereotype based on you, no matter what country you come from, because you're an immigrant, and there'll be a list of stereotypes simply because you're an immigrant that you'll have to go through and deal with and balance and juggle.
And because of you're an immigrant and you're black, if you are of color, like Indians, Asians,
yeah, any color to be honest.
I was gonna say
any
minority.
color, not black, just like us, but like people of color. Yeah, minorities.
Oh my gosh.
And if you're white, I'm sure you have tough life sometimes too. Sure, if you're an immigrant.
The views just went from 100 to 50.
I was gonna marry comments.
That guy Tevin, he's a racist.
How am I racist?
He's a racist.
For saying that white people might have a hard life.
All right, Tevin, not Tevin, sorry, Brian. So, what do you think your mom would tell like your aunt if she were to come to this country, or like any of your family members?
I would say now, if anything, I would tell her. Oh, my mom. I will tell my aunt.
Like anyone like that's coming here.
Okay.
Like I gave aunt an example.
So my mom would basically say, "Yo."
Give me my phone, fam. Give me my phone. Give me my phone. No.
I'm still
Give me my phone. No. I'll ask your question.
No, it's fine.
No, I'll ask your question. I'll ask your question.
I want to
Give me
get
my
it's
phone.
fine. It's fine.
Give me my phone.
In her face.
Give me my
No, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's
You're
fine.
moving. I get back in
It's fine.
frame.
It's fine.
Get
It's
back in
fine. It's
frame.
fine. It's fine. It's okay. It's okay. No.
No, I'll
it's
ask your
fine.
question.
Hey, we
No,
did
no,
1
it's
hour.
fine, it's fine.
We
Put
did
it
1
down.
hour.
Put it down. Put it down.
Tevin.
You can look at it. Put it down. You can look at it.
Panic.
Put it down. Put it down. You can look at it. It's on the table.
The panic.
I never lost. Oh my gosh! I felt this was legit like a fucking comedy thingy, bro. How?
So
and it wouldn't land in my hands. Like
no, like you tried. It was like going
I'm
on your
trying.
arm. Like I had to like push my body so the phone would like not fall.
It wouldn't land in my arms. Like your phone did not want to be in my hands. Like it's not even my fault.
Funny. But yeah, so my mom would basically say that, yo, listen, 21st century, everyone has a degree. Everyone has big school experience, big co-op experience, big experience of everything. You feel me? So we're in a technology world. Everyone wants to be big. Everyone wants to go to school. Everyone my Vaseline. Everyone has the like everybody knows what they have to do to be successful. It's like there's no secret now. There's no like, oh, I'm in denial or I'm living in a rock. Everyone knows like the basis of what you got to do to be successful. So my mom would basically tell you, my aunt or anyone that she knows coming to Canada, that yo, when you come here, you better work, and not just work like
Rihanna.
Like
anyway.
Work.
Anyway.
Work.
So,
take advantage of any resources, opportunities, and
but don't grow dependent on those opportunities
and
like welfare. Don't make it don't make it a generational thing. Don't make sure that your kids and your kids rely on welfare.
Yeah, I would say work
That's
and take advantage of everything,
saying,
but don't become depending on it.
I'm just saying, like, you don't want to. When you come to Canada, you have so many opportunities to do great. Come on, you can't be a fourth generation Canadian and you're still on welfare.
And try a lot of things too.
What do you mean try a lot of things?
Like
there's a lot of drugs here.
Alcohol.
If you don't like the course you're in, change your course.
Okay.
Happy?
Okay.
Weed is legalized here.
Don't
what does
do
that have
it
to
though.
do with anything?
You said
try
try
new
things.
things.
I'm sorry. Okay.
Anyway, so like, what was my question? My question was like, for you two, how do you guys
You know
feel
what?
like?
This is slipping out of my hand, so I can feel it.
Okay, give me this. So how do you guys feel as like to like other family members that you guys have? Like for example, your father went to Alberta, I'm sure you have other family members that went to other places. And then your mom came here, but I'm sure your mom has like sisters, cousins, nephew, nieces, family members that went to other places. How do you guys feel like the family stays connected across borders and stuff like that?
So technology really does help. I feel like the one thing with my family that I'm grateful for again, we could separate for months, years at a time, but when we come back, it's like we never left. The puzzle still fits. It's actually quite interesting because you would leave like certain. I haven't talked to certain family members like on a daily basis like I used to as a kid, in so long. But like since I went through like puberty and all these life changes and decision making and all these life things that I went through, that's something that you want your family to be a part of, that you want to see your family grow. You know, you don't want to miss those, like the crucial moments you want to be a part of someone's life. So even though they miss those moments and I miss their moments and vice versa, blah, blah, blah. When we come back together, it's like we never missed a beat. It's like we always stay connected and we always have that same vibe and energy. Obviously the conversation's a bit different because, you know, age and blah, blah, blah. But,
I was watching the film, sorry.
The energy's still there, the vibe is still there, technology does help. Just arrange get-togethers, arrange Thanksgiving, you know what I mean?
Arrange Thanksgiving.
Arrange get-togethers.
Create holiday.
Yeah, create a holiday. Create a holiday even. Family get-together days. I don't know. Like, kind of big trip together.
Travel within the province.
Yeah.
Travel within the country. It's actually fun places to go.
I'm like, yo, is it gonna be? It's gone.
For me,
we're outside, by the way. People don't know.
I feel like
they can't know.
I feel the complete opposite. Like in certain things, like my dad's side of the family, I'm okay with. Do you see his back?
No, it's not back. It's not even back anymore.
It left.
There we go. Now there it is.
You need to fuck alone. My blood is too nice for you. What are you talking about? Anyways, for me, I don't know. I think growing up with like having not your family be so like immediate or like be there, I grew content with it because there were certain family members that even like outside of the country.
Oh, I didn't change.
You can like scroll up like this and it'll go brighter.
Yeah, it's fine.
With certain family members, they were so toxic, and like when they were around me, I just never felt comfortable. You know, like those family members, like when they come, like they always have something negative to say. And like it was just better for them just not to be anywhere near around me because I didn't want them to be anywhere near my accomplishments because you don't know who's wishing bad upon you.
Yo,
so like
I've learned that so much.
You don't know who's wishing bad upon you. It could be your own family members that will be your own downfall.
I'm surprised.
Not that I hate my family or anything, but like there's just like I'm okay with the separation. I'm okay with the distance.
Yep.
Of course, I miss like my favorite aunts. I miss my favorite uncles. But like it's always like there's just a number of family that just never wants to see you win because my dad's family never approved of my mom. They always hated on my mom. They did a whole bunch. So like whenever I'm prospering, whenever I'm doing something great,
yep.
It's like they're kind of jealous because they never expected like her daughter would ever become something good. Like she would actually graduate. Because my mom had me as a teen when she was a teen. Oh, she's going to become a teen mom. But I'm not no teen mom. Mom, where? I graduated high school. I have my diploma. I'm on my way to university. Like, I'm on my way to get my degree. You know what I mean? I'm on my way to do something better and to become something better.
You feel me?
So, like, I know they hate to see me win. I know they hate when I prosper. So, like, it's just better for them just to be not near me. Because I'm the type of person who also feeds off of energy, and I can read your energy from a mile away. If I'm not feeling you, I let my mom know so that she knows not to have them around, or like when they do come around, they're not gonna force me to be around them. So like, yeah, I'm okay with the distance. I'm okay with having the little family that I have because they're the ones who actually want to see me become something great and are gonna support what I do.
Yep. I agree. I second that.
True. And what?
My ear popped.
Let me. We had like 4 planes fly by.
Do you think the migration has made you a stronger person or your family member a stronger person? Do you think that?
Same question.
Yeah, your mom has been a stronger person. Yeah, you already said that. Yeah, you already said that.
I don't want to sound repetitive too much, you know?
My mom's been a strong person, so it hasn't changed her. She's been strong, will stay strong, always will be strong. So I've always been strong too, muscles.
You shop.
Oh, if someone hadn't like, what if you had like a cousin that was thinking about coming?
Ow.
Would you
Ow.
advise them to come to Canada, or would you recommend another country?
All right.
Or what about, would you like recommend Canada? Would you recommend another country?
I would recommend it to them for sure, but I don't want them to come.
Oh, you don't want them to come?
No.
From Zimbabwe?
They don't deserve it.
Okay.
All my cousins the thing is, like, all my cousins, like, when I said, like, certain family members want to see you with, like, lose, they'll kiki in my face because when I come to them, you know, they have gifts from Canada, but then I always find something. I always find out what people say about me, whether it's, like, at that time or, like, 2 weeks later, 2 months later. I always find something out. Everyone does, right? What goes around comes around. And, like, I've never had a cousin that I feel like, except for like the ones that are here, of course, but I've never had a cousin or like a family member that's down there that I feel should come here, because it's like, and I'll be the help. Like, you can come here, but I'm not gonna help you. I strongly recommend Canada. You know, we got a great education as of right now, free healthcare. But would I help you come here? No, I wouldn't. And that's being spiteful, but that's also me being honest.
True.
Truth hurts sometimes.
Pretty.
Same thing.
What do you mean same thing? You would tell them you don't think they deserve it?
Oh no! Oh no! Not same thing with her. I mean, same thing what I was saying before. Like, I would of course recommend Canada, coming to Canada, and because there's so many opportunities and there's so many things that you could do to get better. Like Tevin said earlier, it sucks that you could be like a big doctor, whatever, in a third world country, but they won't recognize that same they won't recognize how great you are when you come to Canada, when you come to America. Canada, I can only speak on Canada experience.
Never say
I don't know why I'm so distracted by this.
Did you finish?
I don't think you did, but
if you want to live really big, like financially, and you want to see something different or have a different lifestyle, come to Canada. If you're content and you're happy with where you are in your living area, country, home,
stay.
By all means, do what you do. It's all about, if you're happy, continue. If you're not happy, change.
Yeah, because people in Japan be looking way happier than Canadians.
Well, that's another first world country, so some first world countries are better than
people
others.
in China sometimes you're looking kind of happy.
China's a tough one to talk about. There's a lot going in there right now. Okay, let me know.
I have an excellent example. Okay. South Africa has more wealthy people. I'm not talking about like someone's saying
statistics.
No, Khalif. At the Khalif.
Oh, statistically.
I'm not gonna go by that word. What I've noticed so far is that a lot of South Africans live a better or like a better lavish lifestyle than a lot of Canadians. It's like sometimes what most people think like when you come to Canada, especially people who are like in first world countries or people who are in the countries back home, they think once you come to Canada or once you come to the States, once you come to like a first world country, that everything is going to be okay. Like you're gonna be rich, you're gonna have
they think it's
Mercedes,
automatic. They think it's automatic. Like you touch the ground,
mansions,
you
but
touch
then you
ground,
have to work for
money.
it. It's a lot harder to work for something great in this country than it is to work for something great in like a third world country. You know what I mean? Because you could get away with doing anything back there, but you can't get away with doing anything over here. You can't kill somebody and get money. Here you go to jail. They have an actual legal system versus back home where it's like, oh, you kill somebody, okay, all right, be on your way. All right, see you later.
Depending on who you kill, obviously.
Depending on who you kill, like it can't be someone of high status. Like, you can't go kill the president. Like if you kill your best friend, they don't care.
Best friend.
Yeah,
we're not best friends, right?
Nah.
Oh thank God.
You know.
Anyway.
They say you'll kill best friends, so.
Nani? What did you say?
What?
In love with this guy?
We're editing that out.
I'm editing that. I don't care.
Nah.
Next question. We'll transition to the next question.
I didn't say like from my perspective. Yeah. Anyway, next one.
Hold on. Oh my gosh, my leg is sleeping.
Or keep that in, you know.
Oh, the quality is going doo-doo now because
the lighting from outside.
Yeah, it's
not that bad. Just press Brian's face.
It gets darker.
Ah. Yeah, that's good. Leave it there.
Hold on. I have to lock it. Hold on. Okay, hold on.
Okay, that one we gotta like kind of fast forward.
It's kind of lighter now.
Yeah.
So gotta be.
Okay, so as I was saying,
Sorry.
Continue.
anyway, as I was saying, for me, I actually have cousins that are looking to like go to places like Seneca for like becoming an autopilot and stuff. I have cousins that want to be chefs and stuff, so I would like, I would like help them, but sadly they want to do it now and I'm still in school. If I had money, I'd help them right away. Because these are cousins that were like.
You can't help me.
These were cousins that were like my brothers.
So selfish.
We were like raised together. We were raised like we were brothers. We were wearing matching clothes and stuff.
Yeah, Big.
Cause they were twins, and I was like
that one
cousin that was the same age as them.
And that they both like.
Yeah. So shout out to AJ and TJ.
AJ and TJ.
So I would love to.
I'm asking.
I'm talking.
I'm sorry.
I am talking. So I'd love to help them any way I can, but I'm not in the best financial situation right now because I have to pay for school myself.
But fast forward to 5 years.
Yeah. In 5 years, I got you.
5 years from now? Ooh! Degree in engineering,
Anyway.
growing up in this business, poetry, all that stuff. What?
I want to get money out of sleeping.
That's when you know you made it.
When
you can go to bed and wake up richer.
Bro.
Yo,
that work for me.
Someone posted a video. I don't know the YouTuber. I don't watch but she was trending, and she posted a video saying sleeping as her celebration for getting 20 million subscribers. She said sleeping for 20 million subscribers. It was a 15-minute nap, but she only got 30 seconds of a nap because her dogs were always bothering her. So I guess that could be her version of sleeping and making money.
Was she recording herself while she was sleeping?
Yep.
Her husband or man or some guy.
Was recording her and she was making money? They were getting views.
Yeah,
I'm gonna get that's her version of celebrating for 20 million subscribers.
So
that's views. That's money. I think if you post sleeping content, you'll get some views.
Nah, I don't even.
You'd be surprised what people will watch.
I don't want people to see me sleep. That's weird.
I sleep so ugly and so loud. I snore.
I move in my sleep. You snore?
Yes.
That's nasty, fam. I move.
Bro, I can't help it. My nose.
Put that on for 10 hours.
Put
Put that on for 10 hours. Bare watch time. Bare AdSense.
Anyway, what are the 2 or 3 most important things that people could do to make the process of coming to a new country better?
What? Oh, nothing.
I hate the way he said it. Make the process of coming to a new country better?
Yeah.
Obviously I can't relate, but maybe being open-minded. No. Oh, sorry. I should just toss it over to her. Okay. You take it away, ma'am.
I can't really speak on it because I came here when I was 6, so I really didn't know the process.
Oh,
but looking at it now, it's it wasn't that bad for me because obviously, if we were getting denied anything or getting if we're having issues, it was because of what we were doing in my country. It was nothing to do with Canada itself. It's my country was just careless and just lost documents that were necessary.
Can you guys focus?
More fans, I'm sorry.
Can you guys focus?
They would lose important documents, so it wasn't that bad for me coming here. They were fun fact. I actually missed my flight. My mom and I missed our flight, and then they rescheduled the flight for free. So.
Oh, that's neat. Do you remember if it was an early morning flight?
It was early morning, and we missed it.
Damn, that hurts. That oh my gosh.
My mom was crying and everything because my dad wasn't gonna buy another ticket for both of us. He wasn't gonna buy another ticket. He's like, you come now, you come never.
Yo, put that on a t-shirt. You come now or you come never. What? Tevin.
What did I do? Is there anything you would like to... This is the last question, by the way.
Thank God.
Is there...
I need to pee.
Is there anything you would like to add that has been, not asked? Anything you want to tell to immigrants that are watching this in different countries that want to come to Canada? Anything they should know? Or anything that you want to tell to people that aren't immigrants so they can understand immigrants better?
So I would say from a child who was not born in his motherland, who was born in Canada. What's she looking at? And a mom and a family. Well, yeah, a mom who was an immigrant. From that perspective, I would say remember that you have the opportunity to do anything you want to do in life. Don't let anyone hold you back. And it's gonna be hard. I know, like the struggles my mom went through. I know, like what she told me the story is not even like half of what she went through. Like she went through bare stuff and more. So I know that it won't be easy. I know that there's gonna be times where you just want to give up and just take the easy way. But I guarantee you, seeing where my mom is at, seeing where I am at, because I've been impacted from her story, from her life, from her journey. Keep working. Remember why you do it for. If you have kids, do it for your kids. Do it for the kids. You feel me? I'm cold. I need to move around to keep my.
Yeah, but you're hitting the tip moving.
Oh really? Oh my fault. Yeah. So keep working. Remember that you have the opportunity to do anything. Remember who you're doing it for, and if you do see something big at the end of the tunnel, keep running until you reach it.
Just keep swimming.
Just run the race, fam. Just run the race.
Swimming. The marathon continues.
And from your perspective, any advice?
So I feel like immigrants versus when I was an immigrant versus when they were kids now, it's so different.
Yeah, it is different.
Like just piggybacking on what Brian said, like don't let your immigrant status ever make you feel like you can't do more, or you're forced to be in a box. You came to a country that gives you the opportunity to be great and to be successful. So take advantage of everything that you get, but don't rely on those things. Try to become something greater, so you create your own funds. You create a name for yourself. You create a name for the people of your family. You create a name for your kids in the future and their kids, and so on and so forth.
What it's about?
Big history, big legacy, big generations.
Setting up the legacy, fam.
Set up a legacy. Don't ever feel like just because you weren't born here that you don't belong here, because everything happens for a reason. Like God didn't let you come here. God didn't let those papers get approved for you not to come here for a reason.
Purpose,
okay?
Man. You got dreams, you got goals, you got ambitions. Go and
don't
chase
let
them.
the Canadians ever fool you into thinking that this is their land. This is stolen land. Okay, remember that. All right, that's my piece. And we're not. If you edit that out, Tevin, we're gonna have a problem, because that's the honest to God truth.
It is the truth.
Brian, if you edit that, we're gonna have a problem.
It is the truth. I'm not a.
Yeah, you know, we've been here for a while.
It depends who it's referring to Canadians.
I said Canadians, meaning the ones. Oh, sorry.
The
to
Europeans.
be specific, the ones who think that this country's theirs. So the white Europeans who think that Canada belongs to them. It belongs to indigenous people who originated from Asia. So therefore, Canada, it does not belong to any Europeans. It belongs to Asians.
Okay.
That's just my part on it.
You know what Nelly just said is that we're all immigrants. We're all the same
Nelly.
struggle.
Yo, you know,
I said Nelly.
No,
you didn't.
I said Nelly.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
What Nelly just said, is that we're all immigrants. We all go through the same struggles. We can all relate to each other. He preaches a story of positivity. Brian's cold, so we're gonna end.
And I gotta pee.
The conclusion is to pee.
So.
You want me to close it off?
No, that's okay. I got it. I got it. I have
I'm gonna take charge of your channel one day.
No, it's okay.
I'm just joking. Where am I?
Anyway, thank you for tuning in once again to another episode of Unlocking Your Potential Excellence. Thank you, Nelly, for coming out for the third episode. Do you have any cheap plugs? Because we're on a budget. Any cheap plugs you want to promote, whether social, school, life?
Okay, so if you're starting a YouTube channel, the best place to go is Amazon. Amazon Prime offers a lot of great starter kits for YouTubers.
Oh, is she sponsored?
No, I just use Amazon a lot.
Okay.
Number two, if you ever want to start a YouTube channel, you don't need a camera. Your phone is your best camera. Don't feel like you have to get the latest phone, because my first video was on an iPhone 6s and it was amazing. iMovie, if you have like a MacBook, it's the best thing you could ever use to edit your videos. It's free. And make sure you download music from the internet. Make sure it's not with lyrics, because you can get copyrighted. So make sure everything that you have is instrumental. That's just my piece for YouTubers.
Anything else you want to promote? NellySpeaks.
Oh, sorry. And I do also have a YouTube channel. It's called NellySpeaks. NellySpeaks.
Description below.
And in my hand.
And the Tevin's hand right here.
Yeah, it's gonna be right here. So just make sure you comment on their videos, like and subscribe to their videos, and comment over to my channel. And yeah.
But yeah, man. We've been out here for a while, because you could tell that our background's getting a lot darker. We can only turn up the brightness on this phone for so long. So thank you for tuning in once again. I hope to see you guys again. If you want us to talk about anything, let us know in the comment section below. That's pretty much it. So once again, forever and ever. Please, don't forget this. Never forget, you have the potential to be excellent. And subscribe to the Unforgettable Journey.